Mini episode 1253 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge Mini Episode 1253. I'm FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our preview of Yellowstone Episode 3.5. Here's our top 5 notes of interest heading into the season's 5th episode. Number 5, good news, Jimmy's alive. Bad news, he's beaten half to death. Good news, John's going to pick up the medical bills. Bad news, his rodeo career is over. Good news, he's got a hot and horny new girlfriend who doesn't let a hospital bed get in her way. The scorecard says more good news than bad news. Number 4, Chief Rainwater's got a new ball-buster lawyer, and her name is Angela Blue Thunder. She is tough and mean, enough so that it's a shame that the Chief and the Duttons are still in a tenuous alliance. It'd sure be fun to see her go head-to-head with Beth. Number 3, will the bikers be back? One thing's for sure, Season 1 John would have made certain that those graves were filled. But instead, he let the invaders go, certain that they'd be far too scared to come back for revenge. That scene was supposed to signal one of two things, and we may not know which one until later in the season. Either it was a mistake to let them off the hook, or it was simply meant to signal John's new resolve in fighting the developers. As he said at the end of the scene, summer's over. Number 2, Beth may have just indicated why she hates Jamie so much. Having backed herself into a corner one more time by risking alienating Rip with her hot and cold behavior, she confessed that she didn't want him to be stuck with a sterile woman, which she is. While this may not be a huge complication between them, it potentially takes us far closer to understanding her molten hatred for her brother. Remember how triggered she was last season when she saw Rip having a tender moment with her nephew? A moment that we now understand through the prism of her not being able to give Rip a child? Her going off on Jamie immediately after that has to be connected to this reality, doesn't it? Somehow she must blame him for her medical condition. Number 1, in the new battle between the developers and the Duttons take an early lead on the scorecard. Beth's maneuver to short the stock of the developers was successful, even if it may have revealed a plot hole inasmuch as John's clan has never been shown to be excessively liquid. And John's once again got the governor back in his pocket, along with one sonny boy as livestock commissioner and the other one as attorney general. Those are some nice trophies for a family that the smart money still says in the end is going to have to win in an asymmetrical, possibly violent manner. That adjustment will have to come once the developers make their adjustments and start throwing their huge invader money all over the valley. That's when Season 3 is going to get real. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.